Hey guys, Steve from the Tech Buzz Gaming, and it's an awesome day today, and not just because it's almost the end of the week, but it's a special release for today. We're going to get into it right after this. All right, that's right. The Switch 2 has launched, and boy, am I finally glad this day has come and gone, because of all the pre-orders that I had to put together to make sure that I could get for everybody that was buying them, friends and family, to make sure that I could get them for them. It was a process, because you can only buy so many from certain distributors, otherwise they think you're going to scalp them, and obviously I'm not scalping them. So I opted for, because I'm a physical collector, I opted for the one without the game. So it is a little bit cheaper, it's $50, but then I also picked up, you got to have Mario Kart World. This is what everybody's been waiting for. The Mario Kart World, I haven't even opened it yet, but Cyberpunk was the other one, 2077, that I've been kind of waiting for. And I will show you with this. I didn't get the Mario Kart one open. It comes with a bunch of stickers inside of it, which was kind of cool. And I'm sure there's some download stuff on this, so I'm not going to flip it around. But the stickers here, if you're into that kind of stuff, you get it. The game, I already have it in the case, so that's why there's no game in it. Without further ado, let's dive into the system. And then I want to give you guys a little comparison from the Switch Lite to the original Switch to the OLED to this, so you can kind of get a size comparison. Some of you guys out there might be like, well, do I really need to get it? There's not really a lot of differences. Let's show you some of the differences. So what we're going to do here is, because I am an inbox collector and everything, I want to make sure that I take this out properly and not mess anything up. Of course, I've got it upside down. My daughter, who's filming this, just let me know that. All right. So I was the last one to get these. Everybody else got theirs ahead of time, so they all know how this works. My daughter filming knows how this all works. But we're going to open up the Joy-Cons. Now, the Joy-Cons, originally, I thought they were going to be red. They're almost like a salmon color to them. And I know that's not really a deal breaker, but it is kind of cool, the feel of them. They're significantly bigger. So we're going to kind of set these off to the side and open up the blue one. The blue is like a lighter blue with this as well. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. Set them behind. I think this is the screen, right? Now, believe it or not, at the time of this recording, some GameStops actually opened this up and they were stapling the receipt to it and actually scratched some of the screens of some of the Switch 2, and people are not happy about it. And I honestly could say I wouldn't be happy either. So let's connect the Joy-Con. Ooh, that snapped on pretty good. I can almost feel it, like trying to grab. So there it is in its glory. We're going to power it up here in a little bit, but I'm going to have to connect it to my other Switch. And then also inside of here, let me get rid of that. Let's set the Switch down for a second. Inside of here, you have your normal Nintendo goodies. You got your manual that everybody's going to see. You have your HDMI cable. Now, I don't know. This says Ultra cable. It's got the Ultra certified. We just used our other HDMI cable. Let me know in the comments below if you've used this one over the other one, if there's a difference. As much as I've worked with HDMI, I don't really see that there's going to be a difference. So as long as the other HDMI cables are capable of doing 4K, we should be good. And then here's the rails, and I'm going to call them rails. I don't know what the official term is, but these are the rails. These are going to go on your Joy-Cons. My daughter's trying to show me here. Oh, okay. So what you do then with these is there is a little notch on top. I'm thinking bottom top. Okay. Just so we make sure we do this right. So that basically the new mouse feature, right? So you got your clicker, this runs on, and they made it so you don't need to have it on like a mouse pad or anything like that. So, and then I assume just to take it off, it just pops off. Okay. And then we can throw this back on the Switch. So I want to look on the back here again. You're pushing this button in. Is that what you're doing? And it pulls it out. That's cool. But I wonder, I wonder if you're gonna hit that when you're playing. And you know, I guess it's part of the game. You know. Okay. So let's take a look at how the games go in. There's a little drawer, and some have made mention that they like this, some don't. You put the game in, and then this little metal piece kind of sits over top of it when you put it in, so you have to be a little careful. It does feel kind of cheap, like almost like, hopefully it doesn't break. But on the top you got your vents, you got a USB-C, looks like a headphone jack, your volume rockers, your power rockers. Let's look on the bottom. You got another USB-C, and so I didn't get an expansion card yet. I don't know if this pops out. Oh, that's where the SD card goes in. See, my daughter's already. No.
Lift up the.
Oh.
Lift up this thing.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's the tray. I apologize. So she's telling me here because she actually got to mess with it. So right in here is where your SD card's gonna go. Okay, that's cool. I was just kind of going off of the other one. The other one, you lift this up. So you have your kickstand that they added to it. It seems flimsier. She's telling me it seems flimsier. But the rest of it does feel kind of solid. Doesn't feel like it's going to break or anything. I'm going to set this down. We don't need to get this one out. We already know what this is going to do, but I'll take it out so I can put it with the other one. And then the dock should be in here. What's in here? Anything? Oh, the dock, the power cables. We're going to put all that stuff in there. We have dog bone. That's what it is. He calls it the dog bone. And I know they make one of these that you can charge your Joy-Cons on. So you can put that in there. And then it also comes with your USB-C to power brick. They actually included a power brick that's separate from the cable, which is kind of cool, but that's a heavy duty brick. That's a brick. So my daughter's like, that's a big brick. So we're just gonna take the cabling here, which very, very simple. Now the cable is not super long, probably about 5 foot, maybe 4 foot. And then you put that in there and you're ready to plug it in. So when you go to transfer this, it's very important that you plug both, that we found out, that you plug in both switch devices while you're doing the charging and transferring. So, and here's the new dock. This is the new revised dock. It's more rounded. It's got the USBs on the side. I know there was one that you could use it, and then this back comes off, so you could plug in your USB-C, HDMI, and then Ethernet. They actually did that right, and made sure to put the Ethernet on there as well. But that's pretty much everything that comes in this box for the Switch. All right, so there you have it. I have it inside. You guys can see inside of the docking station how it's going to look. I'm not going to turn it on and do all that, because when I turn it on, I have to go through the process of switching over my OLED to it. But what I do want to show you guys is, if maybe you're not sure how much bigger it is, maybe you have a Switch Lite, maybe you have an original Switch, maybe you have an OLED, and you want to see the difference in size. This is comparable to a Steam Deck. If you're familiar with those portable PCs, that's about the size of it in my guesstimation by looking at it. So let me lay it out for you here, and then you guys can take a look at it and see what your thoughts are. Right, so we have it set up here on the floor. Here you have the Switch 2. Now if we get down, we have my OLED, and basically the size comparison to the original Switch is not much of a difference, except for you have the bezel. It's a bigger screen on the OLED. It's a better looking screen on that. And then you're going to come down here. Here is the Switch Lite. And as you can see, if we really take this up here, you're talking about a dimension here that it's substantially bigger than the Switch Lite. So if you're a Switch Lite owner, or if we take the OLED and we put that on top, you can see how much difference, how much bigger and difference the screen size is on this. And then let's go one step further, and let's take the original Switch and lay it up on top here. Now, as a collector, I have all this stuff, but most people aren't going to have it. But I thought you'd want to see kind of the difference in laying it out of all of the Switches, so you can kind of get an idea of what you're looking at. Some people don't like the big size of handhelds. I have big hands. I personally like the bigger size. My kids so far have liked theirs. So, you know, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and let me know what what you think. Do you like it bigger? Because bigger isn't always better. All right, wrapping it up. Again, this is just an unboxing. You guys will get to see some of the experience that I had right here at the midnight release at GameStop. Came out to the midnight release of the Switch 2. We're here. We're gonna go stand in line. Comes way back here, all the way back to get in for the 12:01. They're gonna open the door, and then we can go in and get our Switch. So let's see. I think we got, what, 10 minutes? Daniel's all about bringing chairs. So we'll see what happens. You can see there's a ton of people here. Midnight launch. We're doing pretty good. It's 12:14, but they're moving pretty good. All right, thank you. Some people have asked me, my sister-in-law included, asked me, so out of all the places that you pre-ordered, because we pre-ordered from Best Buy, Walmart, and Target was one that you could pre-order, but Target, they ran into a problem when I would put my credit card information in. It said it wouldn't accept it. It wouldn't, recognize the numbers. I don't remember what it was saying. So I gave up on Target. I could have had one at Target after 2 minutes. Best Buy kind of frightened me a little bit when they went through. They said it was shipping today. So I was thinking I wasn't going to get it till Saturday. So that was going to be mine. And Walmart, they had some confusion. They originally said, oh, we'll have it at your house by 9 a.m., which they did. And kudos to Walmart. But in the app that I had for the ones for the kids, it said, well, not till 10 p.m. tonight. And I was kind of like, oh, that was kind of a bummer. But I know some people have gotten their Walmart canceled. They got it back ordered. And I think Target, they're not delivering them until the 11th, even for people that pre-ordered 2 minutes after they went live for the pre-order. But honestly, GameStop, I went in after work. I was able to order my wife one because they had limits on where you could buy it from and and how many you could get. So that's why I had to go through so many different means. I was able to go into GameStop, order my wife's, no problem, and walk out the door during the pre-order. So honestly, even for the midnight release, to go pick it up last night, just to my kids wanted to experience a midnight release where you stood in line, you get it, and you walk out. There really wasn't anything going on there. They had some free snacks that you could get, but we were in and out in like a half hour, 45 minutes. So GameStop, I have to give them the credit on this. It was seamless. Walmart would come in second. Walmart was pretty seamless. And heck, Walmart even gave us a Pringles container and also a Coca-Cola that came with the system. They didn't have to do that. So I thought that was a nice gesture by them. And third would have to be Best Buy. Best Buy was a little difficult. They were late to the game and getting their pre-orders up. And Target, we're way at the... I wouldn't buy from Target unless that was the last place I had to get, because there's just so many things wrong with that. I would have liked to see a little bit more opportunities to get for us pre-orders. I know the New York store was giving out like free hats and t-shirts with the Switch 2. As you can see, I got my Switch 1 shirt and hat on. It would have been great to see the people that pre-ordered it get that at the participating GameStops and Walmarts if you pre-ordered and you were, while supplies last, but we didn't get that. So all in all, the experience was good. I can breathe now. Everybody's gotten their Switches, and now I'm going to go set this up. Probably got to edit this video first and then go set it up. Let me know, did you pre-order? Did you get your Switch 2? Leave your comment below. What are your initial thoughts on it? And I'll see you next time. Keep it buzzing.